Hello there, beautiful people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Just turned midnight. It's around 12:30 approaching. So I finally received that bottle that I was talking about, the other Neeb's creation, or rather his line, Aromatix Neebs. So I am going to talk about initial impression on this Royal Taboo. Okay. At first I thought like name almost look like Royal Tobacco. That would be nice, but Royal Taboo. Okay. So this is also in extra parfum, and this is the other sort of like market towards men. They actually have, where I bought this from, Fragrantica Bangladesh. They are sending these from Dubai here, and they actually sent four. One was this one, the most hyped one, Platin Blanc. So this one I talked about already. So the second one I told you I was going to buy this. They have another one, I think the red one, and there's one more I don't remember. I think those are more of market towards women, but this one I was told that this is inspiration of Creed's Sensuous, right? That fragrance. Previously, I did cover the very first one that I covered as a dupe or take on Sensuous was this one, Rayhaan, and this is the Crimson, my favorite Rayhaan fragrance. So this is going to have the Neeb's one is going to have a good competition, I guess, and there are a lot of similarities between these two. Okay, so I'll compare that a little bit. So I'm wearing the Rayhaan here, right hand, and the Neeb's one here, the Royal Taboo. So let's see what you get. So the price for this is around $43 to $44 in Bangladesh. You can say under $50, safe to say under 45. In Dubai itself, I think this was selling for 30 something dollars. That's what I saw in Neeb's video. So yeah, shipping plus profit, everything they're gonna make. So it's definitely gonna, add up. So extra de parfum, nice box. The bottle, when it stays inside, you can read the name from here, so that's good. And this presentation is actually pretty good. I really was impressed by the presentation, and I'm gonna keep the review totally my review, okay? Not because Neeb is my friend or brother, or like know this line because of him. No, I bought this perfume with my money for a reason. Okay, so of course I'm decanting. If you want, you can knock my page for Goodfellas Fragrances Bangladesh. I always leave the link below. You can check, so you can test it before buying. So it's not super cheap, but it's like, you can say okay, good pricing. So this is how it opens, like just like the previous one. It has magnet. Okay, so all these prices that you pay, yeah, comes with quality. And this one, the cushioning inside is pretty good. I like that. And this very neat presentation from Neeb. Okay, so the bottle, however, follows the same pattern, just the coloration is different. So this perfume, man, I can tell you one thing, like this presentation really looks like eye-catching, and they knew they gonna make a nice bottle, so the people actually, their attention is caught. So they actually managed to do it. French Avenue actually is from Fragrance World parent company. So this one looks like one of those rings that you wear on your knuckle or something, like gangsta, so pretty bling bling here, pretty nice, actually pretty good. French Avenue, basically they make fragrances bottles very interesting, and this one's like little bit like not smooth. These bottles are given kind of like a ceramic or something, I don't know what you call those, like not marble, like like kind of a rough surface, like cementy sort of texture here. So it's very easy to grip, it doesn't slip away, it's not going to be dropped if you have sweaty palms and stuff like that. So very nice, I like this. The sprayer is very very good. Okay, really nice atomizer. So since I'm wearing this here, I'm gonna spray once more. Okay, and I'm gonna do justice to Rayhaan as well. I'm gonna give it one spray here. Okay, so I actually trying to match the fragrance scent profile with that little bit of my change in outlook. So let's see. So both, let it dry down. As far as I remember, I never tried Creed's Sensuous. It was not really readily available in Bangladesh. Only few people bought it when it was here. Just 2 or 3 pieces sold, I think. So when I tried the Crimson, I was absolutely in love with it. Let me tell you the story of this one, since they are, like related in one way. I absolutely love this bottle, and I called it the absolute best fragrance from Rayhaan, for sure, hands down. Price point was very good too, I think $35 or so. So it was affordable, long lasting, very unique, and it does have, I think, tobacco, things like cinnamon, and I forgot, to be honest, other notes, but it was like a sweet, kind of like mysterious, dark, mild, spicy tobacco scent, which I really liked. And this fragrance lasted pretty decent time on me. Okay, I actually cannot say that about all the Rayhaans. Rayhaans are most part not very long lasting, but now they're upgrading. They're making Lion, Tiger, this one, Aura, they're pretty long lasting. So this thing is my still till date, my number one. Okay, close second would be maybe Tiger or Lion, and the third one definitely is going to be maybe Elixir or something like that. So this perfume, I remember giving it like 9 or 10, something like that. So it's going to be very hard to beat. So it was a very good package, and I mean, if you see them side by side, they are no less gorgeous than each other. Okay, both of them are, you can tell they are very good competition to each other. So bottle design wise, I leave it up to you. Personally, I think they both look great. Okay, so that was my story with Centura's take, on Rayhaan, and I think this perfume did justice. I am gonna buy back a bottle of it. So now coming to Royal Taboo, the name, the Royal Taboo, I think it's a pretty cool, sleek name, goes with nice with Gen Z. And I'm noticing, I'll talk about Neeb a little bit. I got to know him when he started reviewing, and he was a pretty new reviewer when I started watching him. And he is very young, handsome, well built, fit gentleman. So he reminds me sort of, if I keep aside the fact that he is my brother or friend, because we did talk and we did interview together. He was hosting, so he was very kind to me. And as far as I remember, I saw sort of like a Jeremy in him. I'm not going to say he is the Jeremy, younger Jeremy, no, but his energy level, he basically targeted young market, and he got to capture it very well. Young guys and girls, they both love him in Bangladesh. So yeah, obviously that's a good combination, and keep things very entertaining, nice editing, catchy, catchphrase and all that. And he has good sense of humor, and he reviews like left and right, like a lot of products. So yeah, some people say, honestly speaking, some people I heard people say that he is sort of doing the marketing just like the other reviewers in Dubai and all that. So I'm not going to comment on that. Okay, it's none of my business. But honestly speaking, he does push like regularly like me. So he has his own brand now, everything. So judging his fragrance is going to be difficult. If I consider him as a friend, I have to be biased, but I'll keep it strictly unbiased. The reason being, people deserve, because when they're going to buy, just not out of hype, they need to know if it's a good product. So first of all, longevity on this Extrait de Parfum. So this and Platine, both of these I got very solid performance. I'm not going to lie. Okay, performance is like, this is like 9, and this one I would say like 8.7 or borderline 9. Like, let's say this is 8.7, this is 9. Okay, and which is a bit surprising because this is kind of on the fresher side, but this one lasted longer on me for some reason. But wearing this, I got, honestly speaking, I'll tell you something funny. I fell for my nose. Rayhaan lasted and projected longer, at first. But in the long run, when I wore it like side by side for longer period, is this one, the Neeb's one, lasted longer. But projection wise, I think this is a little bit better on me. And I think the differences between these two are, this is a bit sweeter and this is a bit more cinnamony or something in it, which is a bit more spicy and a bit more masculine compared to this. This one I feel could be a unisex perfume, but also very regal. It's like more red, crimson, like think of red wine and stuff. This one goes more towards, I don't want to say tobacco, but like the color of the bottle, okay, like cinnamony. So when I smell this is actually pretty close on the dry down, just like the crimson. And I would say having both of them would be redundant. Very simple. Someone yesterday, brother named Farhan, he collects decants from me. He smelled it and he said, I like the Platine a lot more because that's more unique, nice take on mint and all that. But this one is reminding me of crimson. So this is his comment, not mine. So I definitely said, yeah, both of them would be redundant in your collection. So keep that in mind. So you can choose after my review, you watch both my reviews and you decide which one you want to buy, or you test both and see which one gives you better value. So as this is a little bit more expensive than Rayhaan, so this one has to perform better, right? So that's the common consensus perhaps. This one definitely lasted longer on me. Okay, Extrait de Parfum actually keep pushing, and until the last point, 8 hour or so, it sort of like was timid, all right, or something like it was bit muted. So after 8 hours, I have no complaint, man. This kind of perfumes, good for winters. This one actually will be very good for winter. So in cold weathers, this is going to perform actually like 10, but in summers it's like 8.5, 8.7. So I'm not going to judge based on my weathers. It's very hot and humid here. It's sticky. It's like even after rain you sweat more. It's like so hot, right? So this perfume, I think it would be good for winter and fall. Nighttime would be a great time to wear it. Evening time when the sun goes down, it smells like a little bit built for that. And once again, I will not be able to compare this with the Creed one because I haven't smelled it, so that will be unfair. On its own, it smells pretty good fragrance. It's like well put together. It holds like right with quality, just like that Rayhaan. And both of them have one other thing in common, apart from smelling like each other. They are very well built. They don't smell like synthetic, like Rayhaan's first few batches, like Ocean Rush and everything. They smell kind of cheap to me, okay? Even though Rayhaan sent me later bottles and I know the owner and everything, but I always say my reviews are going to be unbiased. So The new ones, now the competition is fierce. So you see similar fragrances, even Neeb was promoting and reviewing a lot of Rayhaan's perfume. So now they became sort of like competitor. So French Avenue versus Rayhaan. So this perfume, both of them, see the oil, okay? They are Arabian perfumes, so they are cousins. So they smell like almost came out of the same house or something like that, right? So this thing, sweet, spicy, carnival-like, gingerbread cookies, tobacco, and there is nothing boozy I get from this. Like I get a little bit of boozy, like a wine kind of accord. Maybe it's the color of the bottle, right? But this one gives me a little bit more sweetness. This gives me a little bit more spiciness. These are the two difference, like one difference that I find between the two. Apart from that, the performance wise, the Rayhaan one lasted like a couple of hours less. This one lasted a little bit more. Projection wise, Rayhaan projects more than this on me, and this one projection is not bad. So overall, if I give, I say 8.5 for performance. And now, where to wear it? Who's gonna wear it? It smells like kind of like you more not ultra male, like what's the word I'm trying to say? Alpha male. Okay, if you have that, like if you wear fragrance like Halfeti or something like a little bit spicy, think of Spice Bazaar, okay, or what else can, like Burberry's London, these things come to my Spice Bomb. If you like those kind of fragrances, Altair, this one is going to be right up for you. Okay, so this one reminds me a little bit of Altair mixed with Sensuous, in like if I can say Rayhaan is the DNA of Sensuous, this one is kind of like Altair PDM, and it plays with that, Sensuous. So it's like maybe hybrid of two, I don't know. But this perfume is quite nice, high class with a suit. Like if this color suit, if you're wearing like a little bit of a maroon color pants and stuff, this will be very professional smelling, in the office. So I love that about this, and it will be perfect. It will be just perfect in cold weathers. Let's say wearing Burberry's coat and this kind of a hat or something, so distinctive gentleman. Okay, this is what I'm going to call this perfume. Sophisticated, not for everybody. Okay, the other side, flip side of this perfume, is not for beginners. If you are in the Gen Z younger crowds, if you're rocking your sweet, stronger with yous, other almost wanteds, those and this DNA different. This DNA is for mature grown up people, like people who wear Naxos and stuff like that, right? So even though budget perfume, if you're in school, you'll feel this perfume smells like your dad, or a little bit uncle-like, bit mature. You need to grow your beard and stuff, so it will be going perfectly with that. If you entering a library, university student, perfection. If you, let's say, have a group study, let's just imagine this, and very old school library with the wooden steps, floors, and you're doing group study, there are some ladies in the groups and stuff. So people, let's say, wearing some douchey perfumes, some sweet, cheap, synthetic stuff. You wear this, you're gonna be the man, So yeah, that's how I see it. Apart from that, a great, all together is a great package, but criticism would be the perfume is not for everybody, just like the other one, Rayhaan Crimson. Second thing, I would say this perfume is not really gonna be a good choice for warm weathers. Not that it's not gonna last. It will, but it may throw that tobacco or the spicy, the ginger, whatever DNA I smell, like a little bit more, and that can be a little bit too much. Okay, so I'm not saying this is weak juice. I can say this can become a bit much in high heat. So when the sun goes down, a little bit breezy, cool nights, if it rained, country like ours, you can easily pull it off. But ideally, office, let's say going for serious parties, you're gonna dress up at formal weddings and stuff. If you wear this, it will make you smell great, like sophisticated gentleman. So out of these two, they are both great. Someone asked me which one is better, like I think Lisa asked me, I said this one is better in summer daytime, and this one would be good for maybe cool weathers, nighttime, So I like them both. Very good purchases so far, and I'm interested to buy the other two, but I'm a little bit short on cash. If I can manage, I'll buy. So this fragrance right up. Time for initial impression, reality check, which one wins. I think bottle presentation wise, both wins, both great. But ultimately, if I talk about which one I like more, I've been wearing this a little bit more. I'm a little bit weak for this, okay, because of that, I don't know, that winey accord. I don't know, like, not winey, red wine accord, which this one definitely doesn't have, but this one is a bit sweeter, it gives like feel, it's a little bit pretty. This one is a little bit macho. So they are special in their own ways, but if you ask me which one I would wear, like blind test or blind sniffing, not blind sniffing, I know what is what, but there are some differences between the two. This one, it feels like a little bit like romantic. This one, it feels like a little bit like a lone gangster, you know what I mean? And at times I need mood to wear this. So overall, more and more, if you ask me frequently, I would go for Crimson. Okay, cheaper, almost the same performance, same DNA on the dry down, just a little bit sweeter and bit more versatile. You can get actually compliments from this. But this one, you need your alpha male kind of group, like let's say your other gang members and stuff, biker boys, then you might get. But Crimson I put a little bit ahead. But overall, this is a good fragrance, Royal Taboo. I'll give this fragrance like 8.5, okay, solid. So do let me know if you tried it, and do you think this is a hype worthy, how much are you paying in your country, and overall, do you think it's a good purchase? Just your frank opinion, doesn't have to be because you're a supporter of Neeb or hater of Neeb or something like that. I think it's commendable. Anybody who's making it work, they're working hard, they deserve to have a brand, they deserve to have like a business and then support and fame. This is good for them because they deserve it, because hard work shouldn't be for free. Okay, so everybody have a nice day. Thanks for watching. And some of you asked me, like, do I consider making my own fragrance line? I do not know anything about fragrance making. This is the one thing, I'll be honest with you. You can say you can just collab with someone, they'll make it for you. You can just design the bottle and stuff. I just want to be one day, if I learn about perfumery and I just really can be involved, honestly speaking. And this is when I'll be interested. Let's say I will actually have a role in the perfume making, literally, okay? And I can say creative director wise, which direction my perfume will go. I want it to be smelling like a little bit like this, or this particular note not smells like another Aventus or Sauvage, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think I'm ready yet, but if let's say someday, if I get the opportunity, I'll give it a shot. So far at this moment, I'll be just happy to be reviewing fragrances. So keep in your prayers and have a nice day. Let's do an extra episode. Okay, take care.